The overnight switch, why collapse won't be gradual. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today's topic is going to feel like a slap for anyone still thinking they'll have time. This isn't fear-mongering, it's pattern recognition. Because what we're seeing right now is the build-up to something that will not arrive with warning signs. It will arrive like a switch being flipped. One day you're inside the system. The next day the system no longer recognizes you. And you won't be asked to adapt. You'll be locked out if you didn't already. This video is called The Overnight Switch, Why Collapse Won't Be Gradual. Let's be clear. We are not walking into this change. We are sleepwalking into it. And when the system activates, it won't be slow. It won't be gentle. It won't be kind. It will be instant. And by the time the average person realizes it's here, the door will have already closed behind them. Let's break it down. The assumption most people have about societal change is that it will happen incrementally, that there will be clear headlines, stages, debates, town halls. But that's not how real systems collapse. That's not how enforcement rolls out. That's not how digital control is installed. The truth is, most of it is built before you even know it exists. By the time the world was told they needed a QR code to travel, the infrastructure was already in place. By the time mandates rolled out, the APIs were integrated. By the time essential workers became a category, society had already been sorted. Systems like this don't ask for your permission. They just flip on. Here's what no one's saying. The systems of collapse are already built. You just haven't seen them turned on yet. Let's start with financial control. Central bank digital currencies are being tested in dozens of countries right now. Not theorized, tested. These currencies will replace cash and traditional bank accounts with programmable money. Money that can expire, be geo-restricted, denied for specific items, or tied to your behavior. You won't need to opt in. It'll be the default. And when it turns on, there will be no rollback. You'll wake up one day, and your regular bank card won't work unless it's been migrated to the new system. You won't receive your paycheck unless your identity is verified through the new rails. There won't be a protest about it because people will be too busy trying to reauthorize their wallet. That's what I mean by overnight. Let's talk employment. Automation is already replacing jobs at scale. What we're not seeing is mass layoffs all at once, yet, because the system doesn't want you to panic prematurely. But when the tipping point comes, and it will be a software update, not a press release. One upgrade to an HR platform that removes 12,000 positions. One AI deployment that wipes out copywriters across a media company. One shift to automated health diagnostics that eliminates half of general practitioners. It won't be a headline, it'll be a memo. And once that first domino falls, the others follow fast. The companies aren't going to warn you. They're not going to say, your job is being replaced in 90 days, please plan accordingly. They're going to automate your task flow while you sleep and tell you in the morning that your role has been reevaluated. This is not theoretical. This is happening. But it hasn't hit everyone at once. And that's the illusion. Collapse doesn't arrive gradually. It builds invisibly and then hits you in the face. Look at history. In 2008, Lehman Brothers collapsed in 48 hours. That wasn't the start of the crisis. That was the activation point. Everything had already been poisoned. The crash happened fast, but it had been brewing for years. That's how systems fail. In March 2020, cities around the world shut down within a week. One day, you were in a restaurant. The next, you weren't allowed outside without paperwork. That wasn't a discussion. That was a switch. And most people complied, not because they were weak, but because there was no time to resist. The same thing is being engineered now, with more precision, more automation, more dependency on invisible code. And the terrifying part? The people building it don't see this as collapse. They see it as optimization. Let's talk about digital ID. You might not use one yet, but they're already being rolled out, tied to banking, travel, health records, education. These IDs will be required to log in, to pay, to work, to access basic life infrastructure. You won't be asked to apply. One day your old credentials just won't work. You'll be required to upgrade. And if your data doesn't meet the system's standards, too much debt, wrong location, expired compliance, you're locked out. No alert, no explanation, just access denied. You think this is science fiction? It already happened in India. Overnight, hundreds of millions were forced into a biometric digital ID system called Aadhaar to receive basic services. In Nigeria, SIM cards were deactivated for users without national digital IDs. In Canada, bank accounts were frozen for political dissent. This isn't coming. This is already here. You just haven't been switched over yet. Now let's talk automation and surveillance. You already live under soft surveillance. Your phone tracks your location. Your apps track your patterns. Your camera and mic are always listening. But it hasn't hurt you, so you ignore it. Until one day, that system moves from passive to active enforcement. You wake up and find out your account has been flagged for misinformation. Your social credit score dropped due to who you interacted with. Your payment platform is frozen because of an anomaly in your behavior. There is no number to call, no human to talk to, just an algorithm that made a decision. And the decision is final. And if you think it will happen slowly, you're still thinking with the logic of the old world. In the new world, software eats reality. Changes happen not in years or months, but in code pushes. Overnight is not dramatic. It's the design. Let's look at what the overnight switch really means. It means going to bed with access and waking up without it. It means one trigger event, real or engineered, activating systems that are already fully built. It means QR codes that once offered convenience, now becoming mandatory checkpoints. It means policies that were optional, becoming hardwired into financial tools, identity systems, and social infrastructure. By the time you hear about it, it's done, and you're already enrolled. This is how total systems shift, not through debates, but through frictionless enforcement, not through consensus, but through automation. And the reason most people won't realize it's happening is because they'll be too busy adapting to survive. When the switch flips, your options become limited to the paths the system has already prepared. You're not being asked to choose. You're being given pre-approved outcomes. And the illusion of choice will be strong enough that most won't resist. Because at that point, resistance costs access. Here's the question. Do you really think the people building trillion-dollar AI models, blockchain infrastructure, satellite-based biometric systems, CBDCs, and surveillance platforms are just doing it for fun? No. They're building a new system that doesn't need your participation. It just needs your compliance. And the moment it's ready, it goes live. So what do? You stop assuming you'll have time to catch up. You start moving now, before the switch flips. You diversify income while income still means something. You create value that lives outside platforms. You stop tying your livelihood to systems that can be auto-shut. You use your remaining access to build leverage, not lifestyle. You learn to operate in environments that aren't dependent on permission. You network in person. You protect your digital footprint. You back up what matters. You exit reliance on big systems before those systems stop asking and start enforcing. Because when collapse comes, it won't feel like collapse. It will feel like update required. Let me be clear. If you wait to see the switch, it's already too late. By the time they tell you the economy has changed, your income stream will be gone. By the time they tell you cash has ended, your account will be frozen. By the time they tell you a new ID is required, your current one won't scan. By the time they tell you you're off platform, you'll already be invisible. This is not gradual. It's built to be fast. Why? Because speed bypasses resistance. And once you're locked out, screaming at the gate doesn't matter. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.